Today on Suncoast View, how will public input shape the progress of Sarasota's Bayfront? We'll get an update from our development expert.
A veteran's desire to use his military security skills right here on the Suncoast leads to a brand new business.
And we'll meet Suncoast doctors that not only are good at medicine, they are good musicians as well. We'll learn about Dr. Idol Battle of the Bands. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Candace McHale. Great to have you with us.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
A lot of fun, a lot of things happening over the weekend, and Linda, my social media stalking, showed me that you might have gotten to play the part of superhero this weekend.
I was. It looked like my 4-year-old granddaughter was turning 5, and it looked like the bouncy house might blow away because of the wind, so I called Rosier's out at Big Cat Habitat, Elena Rosier. It was her birthday, and she sent a pony, 2 ponies.
Oh my gosh.
They were covered with sparkle. All of their saddles were all glamorous. So, Elian, thank you so much, and happy birthday to you.
Linda called it a favor.
Oh,
That's
we had
awesome.
2 beautiful ponies, and every little kid got to ride as often as they wanted to. And the winds were quiet, so there was also a bouncy house. So it was a perfect 5th birthday.
You were the superstar grandma.
Absolutely.
With the ponies.
Calling in the ponies. What was her reaction when she saw them?
Oh, it was like magic, because that's her big thing. And
Is
the whole
horses.
theme was ponies. So when the live ponies arrived, it was
they must
like
have freaked out.
magic.
That's
Yes.
so fun.
yes.
Well, good. You were the good Nana for creating the magic.
Well, thank goodness we have Rosier's out there at Big Cat Habitat, because you can go to their ponies and rent the ponies for birthday, or when she's 6, she's going to start riding lessons.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good. I know you were worried about the big birthday weekend, so
I
I'm
was.
glad
Grandmother's
it went
panic.
so well. Always nice to play the part of the hero. We're going to see who's in the kitchen today. We welcome back Executive Chef Alex from Carmel Kitchen and Wine Bar. What are we making
how you guys
today?
doing? Good to see you again.
Good to see you. What are we making?
Today we're going to make some chickpea fries, which are gluten-free. I'd say like an indulgent. If you like French fries and you want to get away from gluten, these are perfect for you. Easy recipe and easy to change to how you like it.
Interesting. Chickpea fries. All right, we look forward to learning more about that. Something I am sure is on the menu there with Carmel Kitchen's many munchies on their early menus. I had a big weekend as well. I sent my little girl to senior prom, which was very fun.
Wow,
so
she's gorgeous.
there's Reagan all dressed up
Reagan.
and ready to go. It was fun. It was a long day, people. Hair, makeup, money. Did I mention money?
Yeah,
Not a
right.
little girl anymore.
No.
She is gorgeous.
That prom was probably the first time where it started to click that, boy, we are wrapping things up here rapidly.
get
So a little bit,
Yeah.
just not so much the grown-up part. It's just the wow, it's happening very fast. You know, after prom comes graduation. After graduation, they leave, and then it's just.
But they always come back.
We can hope so.
And what a great adventure she's having now.
Yes, it's very fun.
She's on her ride of life now, so this is so exciting.
It was fun to look at a group of 18-year-olds all dressed up and putting their best foot forward and just so ready to move on to the next stage in life. So it was a lot of fun to be there with all the kids beforehand. But it did bring up a little bit of fun, is that, okay, we're celebrating senior proms all across the Suncoast. Once upon a time, we all went to prom, girls. So we did some digging and found some prom pictures to share. And holy sparkle, girl, that is Candace.
Wow, Candace.
Look at you. Now, I was expecting big hair. We didn't get the big hair.
I was expecting big hair too. I forgot what I wore. I gave my mom a project this weekend to find my old prom photo. And obviously she found it because she keeps everything.
Yes.
And she actually made me that dress, which I didn't even remember until I was going through old pictures.
Oh.
And that was my real good friend Spencer from high school. That was at Riverview High School. That's where I
You went to
graduated. I
Riverview.
did. And wow, that brought back memories.
But you could have worn that dress this year. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, it would have
Yes,
fit
you
right in
could.
with what we saw. Lots of sparkles, some
Yeah.
short, some long.
Yeah.
So, well, that's fun. All right,
Crazy.
Linda, we're going back to your prom years. Do you have any good memories of senior prom?
We wore, that's my sister, and I did not go to the prom with my sister. That is me on the left, but we wore the hoops, big hoops. So if you sat down, the hoop went up in the back. It was
How did
it
you
was
sit
a tough
down?
evening.
Like, how did you sit down?
You pull it all up, and then you sit down and
put it down.
again, and you're
That's
dancing and the
so
hook goes up in the back. So it was very tricky with those big dresses. They were
how do you
called
get that
Belle of the
on?
Ball.
Like you have to.
It takes several people. My mother
you
loved
step
that
in 'em,
because it's safe.
You step in them.
And several people pull up, and then somebody zips. You hold your breath for a long time.
You know, listen, that hasn't changed. It took
That's
several
true.
people to
That's
get us in
true.
that prom dress,
Did it?
too, because several of us had to hold it together while somebody else zipped,
Yeah,
because there's no
exactly.
breathing room in those things.
There were also crinolines, which are starched,
Right.
and you sit on the starch and it melts. So that also made for a tough evening. Your
Oh, my
legs are sticking
goodness.
together.
Comfort was not an issue.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It still isn't, by the way.
Well, where's
so.
your prom
Yeah,
picture?
where's
All right.
yours?
Well, like Candace, my mom actually made my prom dress as well. It was kind of a project we did together, a little
That's
designing
neat.
and some fabric choices. So I had a floral prom dress. I did have the big 80s hair, I'm proud to say. And that was in Chicago, Illinois.
You
so
could still wear that dress.
I would hope so.
Do you fit in it?
I don't know. I'm sure I
super
don't, to be
cute.
quite honest, but I've never
Style
tried.
is back now though, where the long thing
It
in the
is,
back.
yes,
yeah.
it
That's
is.
Long in
funny.
front, and that's the funny thing is when we started shopping, my daughter did not want floral. But I said, and the racks, I'm like, mine look just like that, and that turned her right off. You know?
Right, exactly.
Last thing you want to do is look like your old lady mother. So, well, it is fun that it's prom season, and we hope that all the kids here are certainly enjoying their big
yeah. Did
celebrations.
Reagan have a good time?
She did have a good time. She did.
Wonderful.
No big dramas. Just
That's
a
good.
nice, calm evening. And I was tired because I was awake when she came home, and it was late. So,
Yeah.
gonna have to get ready for this.
We used to climb Stone Mountain in our big dresses. I grew up, of
What?
course, in Atlanta. And so we would climb Stone Mountain in the big dresses
How
and watch the
cool.
sunrise.
Oh my gosh.
That's fun. Well, you were way wilder than her. She was home well before sunrise, I'll have you know.
Oh, good.
That was good for a mom who needed to sleep. It is time for our first hot topic. And next week is National Small Business Week. Optimism appears to be at an all-time high for Florida small business owners. A survey found that 45% of our state's small and mid-sized business owners are optimistic about the economy this spring. And that's up from 30% just 6 months ago. The only concern, Florida's strained labor market. 38% say it is hard to find qualified workers. And another study says many companies are actually now looking to employ more teens. They are often better educated and more trainable than other lower skilled workers. All right, Candace, you're a small business owner, and I know you
Yeah.
employ people.
That hits the nail on the head. I mean,
Really?
definitely optimistic. Business is good. The economy is good. We have great clients. We're very busy, but I have had an open position for 6 months that I cannot fill.
Could
But
you
yet-
use a teen?
No, not
You have to have
really.
them all the time,
yeah.
not just occasionally.
You're at a little bit of a more educated level, but
Yeah.
where are the kids graduating from college with what I would assume would mean a marketing degree or a public relations degree? or
Well,
a-
we're looking at a lot of people from the University of Florida and a lot of people from USF. That's a lot of those resumes I'm getting, but I am getting some resumes from out-of-state people, but really nobody with experience that we're looking for.
Okay.
We have a pretty specific criteria that you have to be a real good writer, you have to have a AP News writing style,
Right.
and then we want people to know how to do social media, but have to be very professional and grammatically correct. And it's amazing the type of stuff that you get just from the resume. I mean, that looks horrific. You know?
They misspell
And-
words on their resume?
Yes, or it's just looks like kind of plain Jane Microsoft Word, like, you know, 3 categories, and it's just not very robust. So it's kind of disheartening. It's very hard to find people.
Have
I
you-
had somebody tell me right up front, I'm not going to pass the background check. Oh
my.
Well,
I'm
at least
like,
you didn't waste your
okay,
time,
yeah.
right? Have you had any problem with people that you did want to hire not wanting to be here, either because of cost of living or housing? Have you run into any of that?
No. One thing I have run into is we don't offer health insurance. And so that's been a challenge because a lot of people, you know, health insurance is very expensive. And as a small business owner, it's very expensive. So people are wanting that type of a benefit, and we're not able to offer it yet because we're very small and growing. So that's been a challenge. But a lot of people, they have family in the area, and that's why they want to be here. Other than that, I think your new graduates are looking to go to big cities.
Right.
They want to get their foot, especially in the industry that I'm in, marketing and communications. They want to go work for a big agency in New York or LA. So that's been a little
They
bit.
may get
little bit
better
of a struggle.
experience in a smaller one. I think that's what a lot of us learned in our 20s.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do everything at your agency, where in
Yes.
another one they're going to have to do one specific thing.
Right. But
Well,
it's
I'm glad
good
the optimism
experience.
there. I mean, it's
Yes.
just nice to see a survey that shows that people, you know, want to hire and that
Yes.
people have the need need to hire. It's certainly better than the other situation where there just aren't jobs.
And if I didn't have a job, I would apply. I have you know.
Okay, let's talk.
And
Linda.
her writing skills are top notch. I guarantee it.
I may recruit you later.
Well, millennials are quickly spending more money at the grocery store. A new annual report says that millennials are making the shift into marriage and family a little bit later than prior generations, but once they do it, out comes the cash. Millennial families spend $360 on groceries per month, but brands need to understand that this group is less brand loyal than previous generations and more price conscious, though millennials are also driven by speed and convenience. Does this make sense in what you've been seeing? I agree with the speed and convenience. I think people these days will pay almost anything to be able to grab and go. You see all the prepared meals at things like the new Whole Foods and
See, I fit
Publix.
right in with the millennials.
Yeah, you're grab and
I'm
go.
in that line. Yeah, but I think too they want healthier foods, and that's why they're spending more money. I think they often go for healthier foods than maybe I did at that age.
I think the brand conscious is important, especially when
think
we
so,
talk about
too.
marketing. I mean, all of us, grew up with, were you a Skippy or a Jif? Were you, it was all very brand driven. Whereas now, I think it's what's on sale,
I
who's
agree.
BOGO,
I agree.
what's the health ingredients.
And now, have you used Shipt, the grocery delivery service, or Instacart?
I know what
That's
Shipt is.
pretty big.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
you?
Yes, I do it all the time.
Now,
And
when
it's
you request something on Shipt, are you brand specific to your shopper? Like, I want Jif peanut butter?
Not really. And actually, a lot of times when they're shopping for you, they'll text you and say, they don't have this. Do you mind if I substitute with this? And I don't really care as long as I get pretty much what I'm looking for.
As long as you don't have to go to the store.
Exactly.
Do they bring it to your house?
They do. They
you have
bring it
to
to
be
your
there?
house. You do have to be there. However, you can just tell them leave it at the door. So if you're on the way home, you're going to be there within 20 minutes or so. I've said that before. Just leave it at the door and I'll be there.
Linda, this would be great for
It's
you.
awesome.
I love
With
this
working
idea,
all day,
yeah.
you would be able to meet somebody from Shipt or one of those other services, like at your door at
Yes.
6 p.m. when you're off work, and they'd be standing there with your groceries.
It's been life altering.
Really?
Yes. It's such a time saver. It's huge.
And that's where I think even, our generation and the next generation is looking at, we know what
Yes.
it's like to be a working mom.
Yes.
There's only so many hours in the day.
Right.
These services really are life-changing.
They help you prioritize and they help you plan your day out better. And you don't want to be spending an hour at the grocery store
No.
at the end of the day when you've been working all
Right.
day.
And I will go for one thing and I'll have 20 things in my cart.
Right.
So I
Right.
spend so much more money when I
Right.
walk
And
into
I'm not
that
organized.
store.
I go every single day because I can't seem to
Right.
figure out what's for dinner the next day, and I guarantee you
Yeah.
I'll be there later today.
And
so
if you buy pretty much the same stuff all the time, it tells you what your past order was. So you can
Oh,
go
that's
back
nice.
and
Yeah.
order
Just check
the same
it.
thing. Yeah, it's
yeah.
very,
No,
very
I know.
convenient.
We've heard a lot of people talk very positively about the services.
Oh,
so
I am
I
on my
think
way.
we should get you
That
checking
sounds
it. We'll
good.
check it with you. All right, so what do you think about gender reveal parties? That's that new trend where couples bring all their family and friends over, and then in some unique way, they reveal, often for the first time to themselves, whether they're having a boy or a girl. A lot of questions here. Why so much pressure on the mom-to-be? I mean, what if that reveals an unwelcome surprise, right? I mean, she'll adjust, but she might need a little time to comprehend it.
Yeah.
Are we assigning gender stereotypes early on? You have a blue party or you have a pink party? Does everything have to be public with this me generation? And isn't just celebrating an upcoming birth at a baby shower enough?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it can go either way. You don't have to have a birthday party every year either, but it's just fun. It's just fun.
Just a
And
reason to party?
If you really care that desperately, you probably aren't going to have that in public. But I think it would just be fun. Of course, in my day, in the old days, you didn't know until the baby came out. So it would have been a disaster.
Well,
to
and
have
in
it
my
happen.
day, which wasn't that long ago, thank you very much, I had 2 surprises. I did not find out in advance what I was having at all. So
Yeah,
that was how
didn't
I was
either.
able to
In
do
fact,
that.
They told me I was having a boy. So Bud was planning his career as a quarterback, and suddenly it was a girl.
Really?
And my daughter's never had any inclination to play quarterback.
And how did he do? I mean, was there a moment of, oh man?
No, we all said you're so much better with a girl because you don't put all the pressure on them that you put on a boy. Because if you're not the best player in the NFL, you can't satisfy him as a football player. So a girl was a
But
good
she
solution.
wants to date all the quarterbacks, right? I mean, that was an impression.
She grew up knowing too much about them. So-
That's true.
I think Linda's right. I think if you do have a preference, even if you keep it inside, you probably wouldn't have a big public party for fear that the reveal would be something different. But I mean, when I had my son, it took me a minute in the delivery room, only because
So you didn't find out to the end?
I did not.
No.
Both of my kids came out, and there was the first
Right.
girl, then boy. But I am an only child. I know nothing about boys. And I kind of wanted one because I knew if I had a boy and a girl, I could probably be done.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I thought, boy, oh my God, what am I going to do with that? Like, that was my first thought. And I was thinking back on it. I don't know if I'd want a big explosion of blue balloons and watch that thought cross my face.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
But
wasn't
I
really
think
a
it'd be
thing when
nice
I
to
was
know.
pregnant.
'Cause
We
you
found
knew.
out early. We found out like at that 5-month sonogram.
But in a private appointment.
In private, yeah. So, but it does take you a minute. And I actually was positive I was having a boy, and then I was told I was having a girl. So I was excited, but it takes you a minute.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want that minute to be public. It's interesting because they're everywhere these days.
We won't give you a party then.
Okay, thank you. So I'm planning on being done, Linda, but thanks for asking. Woo, scary thought there. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, we're going to learn about a Suncoast veteran's unique storage service.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update for this evening. We're looking at generally partly cloudy skies, not much of a chance for rain. Most of the rain is going to stay well to the east. The front itself will work its way through Tuesday morning, bringing with it a few showers. There are a few showers are possible as it pushes to the southeast. Currently, we have mostly sunny skies, a nice day, 83, the dew point 75. It's warm, it's muggy, and winds out of the south-southwest at 15. The pressure, 29.98 inches. Current radar showing, again, those heavier storms inland pushing toward the east coast. So that's where all the rough weather has been today. You can see a few lightning strikes now occurring into Highlands County near Sebring and near Lake Placid. That's all pushing to the east, however, so not a concern for our coast as that west to southwest wind will keep the storms away. The upper level low continues to rotate over the lower Mississippi Valley right now, and we're looking at generally partly cloudy skies for the day tomorrow. We'll have the details on our forecast and our rain chances coming up today at 5. See you then.
It's not always easy to return home from the military life and transition back into the civilian world. One Suncoast veteran has found a way to take some of his military expertise and turn it into a Suncoast business. Brent Bogart is the co-founder of Stowedge Valet Storage. Welcome, Brent. We're so happy to have you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here today.
Now tell us about your military service and your expertise.
Well, my military service started back at the University of Florida. I got commissioned there and then ended up going to SEAL training and served as a SEAL from 1997 to about 2004. Once I got out of that, I was looking for the next thing to do, so I started a security company that does training for the Defense Department and Special Operations community.
Wow.
Downside was, it makes me travel a lot. I have young kids, 8 and 10 years old, that are getting to be a lot of fun nowadays. A wife who has to spend more time with them when I'm away. So we're looking for ways that we could do something here locally to connect more with the community and also just allow me to be home more often.
And to use your expertise in a way that you can make money for it.
So
We like that.
my business partner, Todd, came up with an idea for a storage business, mainly because he was sitting at home on a Saturday morning and wanting to watch football games. And his wife asked him to go down to the storage unit to get some stuff. So, of course, he didn't want to do it because he has to be on the couch watching TV.
Right.
And more importantly, he didn't want to send his wife there because most of those self-storage places here in town, they're not my favorite place to be. And he didn't really feel all that secure about sending her. So came up with the idea, and we've explored it, put it together, and we brought it live here in the hopes that we can provide a simple, secure, and convenient way people can store their goods and stuff out of their house.
So how does valet storage work?
The way it works is, imagine going down to the storage unit and putting all your things in storage. Well, first you have to pack those things. Well, we help you out with that because we have bins, which there's one here today, that we give to you for free that you can just put all of your items into, and we'll bring as many of those as you need.
And they're nice and heavy duty, I noticed,
They
because I
are.
break a lot of crates in my house.
They're plastic, they're
Yeah.
durable, they're water resistant, they'll keep the dust off.
Just
and
that
everything
in
else.
itself is a huge benefit because
Right.
you don't have to find a big old box.
And don't have to buy them all.
Right.
Yeah.
So once we do that, we'll actually come and get everything that you want to store from your house. Not just bins that we provide, but we'll take golf clubs, surfboards, luggage,
my gosh.
couches, chairs, whatever you've got, and we can put that into storage for you.
Really?
Wow.
So we load that up, we take it to our storage facility here in town, put it in storage, and all of it is itemized and inventoried on an online account that you can look at. You can add descriptions, you can upload photos of your items so that you can keep track of them.
Ah, so
And
you
Wow,
know
that's
what
a
you've
great
got
idea.
stored.
You've got-
because I have often
exactly.
forgot what I had in storage.
I forget what I have in my attic all the time, so it's definitely a help.
So you take the picture and put it up line, or that's
No, it's all
something we
done
do?
with the customer.
Okay.
Because we don't open any of your things. Once we pick it up, we put security seals on it so that your stuff is closed and secured until we bring it back to you. And people can add as much or as little information as they want.
What are some of the things people are storing nowadays?
We've got things going all the way from just the things that I mentioned, golf clubs and bikes. We've had $25,000 pieces of fine art that people needed to store with us. In today's time, where we are in the calendar, it's all about winter clothes. So summer's coming, the weather's warming up, and people are putting in their ski jackets, their ski clothes, ski boots, gloves, getting them out of their closets so that way they have more room to buy the new spring stuff or new summer outfits.
Well,
and
especially things you only use once a year. I mean,
Uh-huh.
for me, the Christmas boxes are always annoying.
Yeah.
You know, when you only need them once.
No,
Right.
the holidays are huge because we can take all of your holiday decorations, put them in storage.
Such a
When
good
it comes
idea.
time to decorate for Christmas, Thanksgiving Day, you say, you know what, I want an appointment the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. We bring all of your Christmas stuff. You decorate your house. When Christmas is over, you just pack it all up. We come and take it away, and that way it's there when you need
Oh,
it.
you
and
are
when you
so
don't.
selling me. That sounds so great.
Yeah.
Security's a big thing, though. And who could be better than a seal to protect your
No,
stuff?
we've done a lot on that front. So we secure the things when we pick it up. Our warehouse is air conditioned. It's got video cameras. It's got access control that it's electronically controlled. Only employees are allowed in the facility. We know who's in, who's out. We make sure that nothing leaves, nothing's touched. So from that perspective, I'm always a big fan of people not having their hands on my stuff. And I've made it my mission to make that possible.
How about this American seal, though? How is it for you? You're used to excitement and danger. And how do you
Storage
like
is
this?
exciting and dangerous. Have you picked up some of those boxes that people packed up with all of their books or all of their items that weigh 40 pounds?
So
100
you're
pounds?
staying trained, that's what
And
you're saying.
it's my workout. It keeps me excited and keeps me busy all at the same time.
And it keeps you with your family.
It does, and that's the big one. So
And
I
if
get
we
to
want
see-
someone guarding our stuff, we want it to be a seal.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We are so proud of you, and we're glad you chose to come back home.
All right, well, no, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.
It's a
And
pleasure.
to find out more about Stow Edge Valet Storage and to get your first month free, you can go to their website and enter the promo code ABC7, Stow Edge Valet Storage. Next, we'll have an update on the Bayfront building boom.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
There is a lot of buzz right now about the best way to utilize Sarasota's Bayfront. Bayfront 2020, the group organized to plan the redevelopment, is now taking public input. And our development expert and, of course, guest host, Candace McHale, is here to update us on how things are going. Yes. The overall project. Tell us about that, Candace.
All right. Well, first off, you know, right now everyone's going crazy about the Van Wezel. Yes. However, it's important to really point out that this organization, first as Bayfront 2020, now as the Bay, has been taking public input for about 5 years. But now people are finally starting to take notice because the group that's coming up with the plans has come up with 3 actual plans that lay out what the Bayfront could look like when they redo it. So none of those plans include the Van Wezel as it currently sits. So I think now you have kind of the linchpin of what people are really getting involved and getting interested in. But important to point out too that the Van Wezel did its own feasibility study about 2 years ago, wanting to know, is this building even worth saving? And that feasibility study done by the city and done by the Van Wezel said, no, it's way too expensive to save this building as it is now and to remodel it. So even the, you know, Mary Benzel, who we all know and love, said it's time to move on and think about something where we can move forward and still have a performing arts center, yes, but do something different.
That was what scared me. I was afraid we were getting rid of a performing arts center. We will have a performing arts center, right?
Well, that is definitely part of the plan, and the community wants that for sure. And so it's really important for people to give public input now. The original Bayfront 2020 organization did a lot of learning trips, and I actually was fortunate to go on one of those trips where we went to Kansas City and saw the performing arts center there, and really using that as a model I think would be amazing if you had some gorgeous center right on the bay with maybe full, you know, floor to ceiling windows that really emphasize the beautiful view there. But people should really just go onto the website and look at the 3 options that Sasaki has laid out. Okay. And some of the features that they want to do are really amazing.
So when we go look at the options, there is a performing arts center as part of each option. It's just not utilizing the existing Van Wezel.
Exactly, and and a lot of the options include too an outdoor amphitheater for performances coupled with an indoor performing arts center.
That would be fun, but then it might rain, so we do need the indoor.
Yes, and I think the thing with the performing arts center though is that it's very expensive, and it will definitely have to include a large community philanthropy campaign because they'll have to fund it in some way. But we have so many people that are just, you know, arts enthusiasts here that I don't really think that's going to be an issue.
I don't think it will either. People are always surprised that performing arts centers don't pay for themselves with ticket sales.
They don't.
But they never do, ever.
Quick timeline question. Voting continues for how long, and when do we get some resolutions?
I'm not sure how long voting goes on for, but go on that website now, and it's a really easy survey that you can answer, and you can say things like save the Van Wezel or things that you want to see, but go onto that website.
Oh, that's so good to know,
Candace. We're making progress.
Yes, we are. Now you can make your voice heard. Be sure and get online at that website you see on your screen. Don't complain afterwards if you didn't tell them what you want to see. Get on there and tell them. And next when we come back, we'll have the best pooch for you and why you can identify it.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Executive Chef Alex from Carmel Kitchen and Bar. And Alex, I understand that you've got some creativity going on with your menu these days.
Yeah, we're going into the off season. So
okay.
We thought we're going to keep our main base menu that everyone loves, keep all of our specials, and every week we're going to try out some new stuff. So Tuesday through Sunday, every week you're going to have 7 new things. You're going to have a new dessert, a new pasta dish, a new flatbread, a new sandwich, a new steak entree. So if you come in and you like us, you like our stuff, every week you can have something new, so keep coming, you know, we want to see you.
That's got to be fun as a chef. You get to kind of play
We get
a
to
little
play,
bit.
yeah, which is great. Coming in from the busy season, we're kind of set on our menu, getting everything quality, done. Now we get to play, try new stuff, so I'm excited.
All right, I bet we are too. We'll join you in just a little bit. All dogs are not created equal. Some do much better in certain living situations than others. So how do you know what type of dog is a good fit for your home? Mark Chambord from Canine Corral is here with things to consider on picking the perfect pooch for you. Welcome, Mark. Glad to have you with us.
Good to be back.
So there's always dogs obviously in need of adoption. So we were going to start by taking a look at some of the dogs that you know are in need of homes.
I do. I brought some pictures. I do a radio segment. It's called the Canine Corner, and these have recently been on there. There's Ember.
Ember from Tender Heart Charities. Oh, sweet
and
dog.
there's Fiona. Fiona's from Boxer Rescue. It's a purebred rescue.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Isn't she darling? She's really sweet, too.
Okay.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, well, boxers are known for that. It's one of the things we'll have to figure out.
I call Miss Jade. She's at the Canine Corral. We've had her up for adoption, and it's a long story, but we love Miss Jade. And look at how beautiful she is.
Gorgeous
Is she a big dog?
She's about 70 pounds.
I love big dogs.
Zeus is at Animal Services in Sarasota. He's been there a while, and I don't know why he hasn't been adopted. When I met him, he was just the greatest dog. Good dog.
Like some people, you wonder why they haven't been married.
Yeah, you know what? That is a really great point. You just never know.
I hear you.
So obviously we know adoption is important, and especially rescue, but what for a family should they do if they do truly want a purebred dog?
Well, like I had Fiona there, that's a purebred boxer. I strongly suggest that people check with the rescues first of the breed that they're interested in.
Okay.
Because for every breed that you probably want a purebred for, there is going to be a rescue for
So it's okay to call a rescue organization and say, do you have any pugs?
Well, and there's specific rescues. So there is a boxer rescue. There is a Cavalier rescue. There are specific rescues for each breed.
Okay, well that's good advice. Now if we do decide to look into breeders, how's the best way to handle that?
Well, of course, I always say to adopt, but do make sure that the breeder has references. Go see where he's at or they're at to make sure that, and don't get into it deeper. Don't just be at the driveway. See what that dog has been up to and how those dogs are taken care of.
That's important.
Okay,
It is important.
because it'll certainly affect their adult development. All right, puppies are obviously incredibly precious, but we also know they can be a big handful. What do people need to consider when they're looking at ages of dogs to adopt?
Well, you have to keep in mind puppies themselves are very time consuming. People are busy. Are you going to be able to let them out in the midday like they need to be when they are puppies? It takes a lot of patience to have a puppy. You need a lot of patience. Sometimes if you're going to adopt an older dog, they're going to be more than likely trained, pretty much going to be potty trained, and a lot of times crate trained as well. So you're going to have a much calmer dog and maybe a better experience in the initial part of having the dog.
Right. Well, I know people do get frustrated early on with puppies, and
I see it all the time. They
Yeah.
turn into little terrors if you don't do the right stuff in the right preparation.
Right. No, it's definitely a lot of work. And, you know, dogs aren't temporary. I think that's something we also need to tell people is when you bring a dog into your home, it could be a decade.
It's a long-term commitment, 10 to 15 years. You want to make sure, first of all, that can I afford the dog for this period of time? Will I outlive the dog? If for some reason you're at that age where you may outlive that dog, please make sure you have a plan for it, a pet trust or somebody that's going to take care of it. There are so many dogs that go back to the shelters simply because somebody has passed on and the family doesn't want the dog.
It's good advice to make a note of that. I mean, we know to take care of our other family members in possession, so we need to make a note for the dog.
Well, and do you have the time? Does your lifestyle merit that? I see a lot of dogs going back to the shelters because people didn't realize that once the novelty wore off, there was a commitment here.
You still got to walk.
You still got to walk them, you still have to feed them, you still have to do a lot of things that people don't think about once the cuteness goes away.
And how well do you match your lifestyle to the personality of a dog? I mean, is that something else people need to think about?
Oh, definitely. And you want to look at the mature dog, of course, but a young active dog or a young active boxer in that case would be with an active family. If you're a jogger, you want a dog that you're going to be able to jog with.
Right.
If you're an older person, please consider when you look at a dog in a shelter, take the dog out and go for a walk, because a dog that looks really active behind the cage might actually be a really chill dog. We get a wrong opinion because we're seeing them and they're all saying, love me, take me out.
Right, well, and they're excited. They're with other dogs, there's people
Take them
around.
out and go for a walk. There's a lot of dogs that get overlooked just because their presence in the kennel is more active than what somebody wants. Walk them, take them for a walk. There's more, or get into a room where you can see what they're like.
Have some quiet time
Definitely,
with them. No, very good advice. And another good thing you've already mentioned a little bit, every dog needs some kind of training to fit into your home. So how do we go about, even if the dog's a great fit, making sure that they're trained the way we want?
One of the things that I always recommend is when you we do a free post-adoption for anybody that adopts a dog anywhere with any of the rescues or animal services. Get with us so that we can at least go through the problems that you might be having. And keep in mind that, you know, an obedience course would be really good, and of course we have those at the corral too. They may be trained, they may be able to sit and down, but you're developing a relationship with the dog. And I tell people, it's not, when you take a course, it's not just the sit, the down, the stay, it's the relationship that you're building with that dog. That's very important when you first get a dog, that you establish that you're in charge.
Right, no, absolutely, because
You're the top
it's
dog.
meant to last a lifetime. All right, thank you, Mark from Canine Corral, reminding everybody that if you do rescue or adopt a dog from a rescue organization, give Canine Corral a call so you can get that course from them for free for at least that first class, and then hopefully that'll lead to more. Canine Corral is definitely your source for daycare, boarding, and all of your pet needs, and you can find them at caninecorralsrq.com. Coming up next, it's a battle of the bands with Suncoast Doctors. Aww.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The Sarasota County School District is investigating after a prom invitation with a racist message goes viral. And state transportation officials unveil their ideas to replace the current Cortez Bridge. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Right now, heavy weather east of our immediate area, pushing off away from us too. So the heavier weather is associated with a low pressure area spinning over the southeast United States. A live sweep of the radar showing that strong cell located in northeast Highlands County. Also, a few isolated cells just south again of the lake there, pushing off to the east. You can see that again, not a factor for us here, as it is all going to be moving toward the Atlantic. Currently, lots of sunshine out there. Temperatures pretty warm. It's muggy too. That humidity remains high, but some drier air is on the way. We'll let you know about that. Now, before some showers move in, your complete forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
We count on our doctors to take care of us and to keep us healthy. But sometimes it's really fun to see them in a different light and to remember that they do have other talents and interests outside of their careers. The original Dr. Idol is a Battle of the Bands competition, and it's made up completely of physicians. And Dr. Herbert Silverstein is here to tell us what it's all about. Wow, this is a very, very popular event, the Battle of the Bands with Dr. Idol. Tell me about it.
Well, we have 8 bands that are going to be playing. And the way this started out was some years ago, we wanted to raise money for our children's program to do cochlear implants in children to make them hear and to provide hearing aids for people that couldn't afford them. And since I was a jazz musician, I decided that perhaps we should have a contest. And I went to the other doctors, and they seemed to be all for it and were willing to donate their time and to come in and perform for this event. So this is the second one that we've had, and it should be very successful.
Now you have 13 CDs.
Right.
You are a very, very popular musician, besides being a physician.
Well, when I was 48, I started taking piano lessons, and for some reason I started writing music. And so I've written about 60 songs now and produced a bunch of CDs, and the money that we get from the CDs go to the foundation, the Ear Research Foundation for the children.
I was impressed that there are so many doctors in town that are also musicians, that you're able to put together multiple bands. I mean, who knew?
Yes, yes. Now there's a quote, I understand, that guides you. A very famous quote by Helen Keller.
Yeah.
What is that?
The quote is that deafness gets us away, separates us from people, but visual loss separates us from things.
Ah.
So it's very important to have your hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we want to hear you guys play.
Okay.
We want a sample of this. So while you go over and get ready to play, let me tell everybody that you can hear the Dr. Idol Battle of the Bands on April 28th. It's going to be at the White Buffalo Saloon, the White Buffalo Saloon. And it's Dr. Idol Battle of the Bands coming up. It's this Saturday, so be sure you get there to hear this. And now we are going to hear a sample from the Dr. Idol competitors here from this band. And of course, you know the money goes to a very, very, very important cause. Okay, are you guys ready? Take it away. Vote for your favorite band and see your favorite doctor perform. They're going to be sharing their talents, sharing their healing, and sharing their joy of music. You can see it at the White Buffalo Saloon on Saturday, April 28th from 6 to 10 p.m. You can go to earrf.org and Doc. And the Originals is the featuring Dr. Herbert Silverstein Band. They are amazing. And next, we've got some happy baby news for you.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Some big news from across the pond today. Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge, otherwise known as Kate Middleton, had a baby boy today weighing 8 pounds and 7 ounces. Do you know that people have been camping out to wait and see for baby news?
Oh my gosh.
The royal world is so interesting to me. And there's all sorts of rumors that, is Pippa expecting?
Oh, really?
How many wedding dresses will Meghan Markle actually wear coming into the next week? I mean, we got big things happening, people, but she's had 3 babies in a very short period of time.
Of course, she has a lot of help.
I think that does probably make it a little easier.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
she gets to have the best part of the child raising.
I wonder if the Queen ever babysits. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm going to drop the baby off with my grandmother today.
That would be a cute story. They should show that if so.
If so, absolutely. Well, lots more royal news on the way, but we'll be waiting for the royal name. Coming up next, we're going to go to the kitchen with Carmel Kitchen in our kitchen.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
The Spring Fever sales event is going on now at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota. Drive a new 2018 Corolla for only $79 per month, the all-new 2018 Camry for only $119 per month, and 2018 RAV4 for just $129 per month at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around 1 more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate 1 more year without a stroke.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a part-time media controller to manage various stages of video on-air content playout. General computer skills are an absolute must. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, we've got good news from Goodwill. They will join us to talk about their Smart Girl initiative. And you know we love those smart girls. We'll celebrate talented Suncoast playwriters with Theater Odyssey. Plus, West Coast Black Theater previews We Are Sarasota. Motorworks Brewing joins us in the kitchen. All right, welcome back. Executive Chef Alex from Carmel Kitchen is with us, and you are teaching us about chickpea flour. This is new to all of us.
Yeah,
I had not heard of that.
Well, it's great to have a gluten-free.
Yeah, it's gluten-free. I mean, everything is coming. People really want gluten-free stuff nowadays. So this is delicious. And like I said before, if you like French fries and stuff, you have this. It's a little bit healthier. It's really nice. So we're going to start, Linda, this is a very easy recipe too, so you guys will be excited.
I'm good at easy.
You're going to start by whisking some stuff. We're going to add some water.
And you mentioned that chickpea flour is also very inexpensive.
Inexpensive,
which is great.
I mean, we pay, I think this is like $4 for this much. And this much could feed 20 people, like I said.
Oh, very good.
It's a great thing to have.
Okay.
All
What's
right,
next? We got the water.
We're adding some water, and what I did with the recipe, if you look at it online, you're going to take half the water and put it on the stove for it to boil.
Okay.
Half the water is going to stay cold.
Oh, okay.
And the reason for this is, nice cooking tip, when you whisk in flour to anything, if you whisk it in hot water, it's going to clump. You whisk it in cold water, it's going to get nice and smooth before you add it to the hot water.
Aha.
All right, so go ahead and start whisking. We're going to add some cayenne pepper for a little spice.
So we have to have constant whisking.
Constant whisking is nice,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not
some garlic.
Stop.
Oh, I can smell that
garlic in there.
Good, yeah.
Salt, this is going to be key.
Because they need to rise a little bit?
Nope, there's going to be no leavening in it at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then we're going to add the flour nice and slow, so again, we don't get clumps.
And slow. Oh, you're nice and slow. I can whisk.
Yeah, no, you stay fast, I'll go nice and slow.
It smells delicious. It's got a really good tangy
Yeah, when
smell
it's
to
cooking,
it.
it's going to smell great in here.
I've still got a few lumps, so I got to get those out.
All right, a few lumps will come out, so let's go ahead and add it to the water.
Okay.
And Candace, we're going to start you. You're going to start.
Okay, so I'm adding and Candace is stirring?
Yep, you're just going to start moving it around.
Okay, here we go, and this is like dancing.
Okay.
Just like dancing, yeah.
We're such a good team.
We are good. Look at this. Are we doing it right?
You're doing it perfect.
I love to hear perfect.
All right, now while it cooks, we're going to shoot over here to the final product. We're going to move ahead in time.
Okay, so
now what you have after this all cooks out, we're going to, if we have time, we're going to go back and show you how to leaven it off.
Okay.
And when it comes out is, you're going to have a consistency, it's almost like a yoga mat almost.
It's nice it's spongy. It's very spongy.
So it hardens in here, and then you just kind of take the whole
Yep,
thing
you're going to cook it in here.
Okay, but we're going to fry these up. So am I okay to drop in?
A little tip too, if you can see this, when you cook stuff that you're going to fry or any type of cooking, you want to cut it all the same size.
Okay,
so it's a rookie mistake to cut it all over the place because you put it in at once. The small ones are going to cook fast. The big ones aren't going to cook.
Right.
So when it comes out, one's soggy, one's crispy.
Okay, got it. So just drop in?
Drop in the oil. And another tip too is when you're dropping something in oil at home, don't be afraid of the oil. Don't come back here and let it go and jump back.
I'm always
nice and confident.
afraid of the oil.
Just like that. And if you drop it away from you, all the oil splashes forward, so it's no problem.
Oh, okay. Good tip.
Yeah, so I got the oil at 325 degrees, and these are going to cook for about 5 minutes.
You said?
Yeah, canola oil. You don't want to use olive oil because it's got a lower smoke point, and you won't get the crispiness without burning the actual oil and imparting the burnt flavor.
Now, jumping back to what the ladies made, does that then get spread to cool, or how did
It's going to spread to cool, so...
Okay, so you would get the lumps out and then...
Yeah, let me show you. So in real cooking life here, we don't have enough time, but you're going to cook this to it for about 5 or 6 minutes. You're going to know it's done when you don't see that glossiness of the water that's in there. So what you're trying to do is cook out all the water and also cook out that garlic so you can get a nice flavor on there.
All right, well, since we are going to cheat and move ahead in time so that you can try one, have a chickpea fry. These are gluten-free, crispy, and wonderful, and on the menu at Carmel Kitchen and Bar, and also a great recipe that you will find on our website.
Of course,
not too hard to do at all. All right, Alex, thanks for joining us. Don't forget Mother's Day is just around the corner, May 13th, and also some great new menu items coming weekly at Carmel Kitchen and Bar.
Mother's Day brunch, book your reservations now. We're filling up.
That's right. Mom wants to go out to eat. Trust me.
Yes, she does.
These moms all do. Candace, great to have you with us.
Thank you.
We
So
always
fun
love
to
the
be
development
here.
updates, and everybody enjoy a great start to the week. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Cheers.